A lot of people around the valley will be shifting plans to clean up duty today after last night's storms made a mess of many neighborhoods and city streets.
High winds uprooted big trees and littered the streets, sidewalks, and yards with branches and other debris. The Valley Today's Callie Hubbard gives us a live look at what some people are up against this morning. Callie, where are you and what's it like out there?
Yeah, hi, good morning, Jordan and Lisa. You could tell Mother Nature was up to something last night and this morning. She did one of these things, completely toppled this tree over in front of the Clay County Courthouse here in Moorhead. Look at these branches and just look at the ground here. I mean, it's completely separated at the bottom. If you take a walk with me, I mean, this is no small tree. This is a pretty significantly large tree. I actually just spoke with a woman that said that this tree, she watched it growing basically her entire life. And it was actually planted here when the new courthouse was built. So she said it was kind of emotional. She was out here taking pictures of it. And it landed on top of this van here. Now, this is just some of the many things that Mother Nature did to the valley. Through North Fargo, debris was kind of all over through the roads. So traveling this morning was a little bit hectic as we were getting from point A to point B, and may impact your travel commute as well, especially those water on the roadways too. Crews were seen out pretty early this morning starting to clean up the mess, but they still have a lot of work ahead of them, and so do these residents in the neighborhoods as well.
Yep, big mess out there, and as you said, flooded parking lots, flooded underpass, the South University underpass filled with water. So drivers definitely need to take note before you head out the door this morning.
Now, and take a look at this video that we have right here from the start of the storm last night. Our Valley News Team crew was trying to make their way out to West Fargo, just outside of West Fargo, rather, just as some big winds started picking up.
Our crews say the winds were so strong that they had to stop the car because they got caught in gusting debris.
The Valley News Live First Alert Storm Team has issued a weather alert day.
And that won't be the end of it. We've got more severe weather on the way today for this afternoon and evening. So we want you to be prepared for that. We do have a first alert weather day declared for Monday as well, third day in a row. And here's a look at our risk map here on the left. Fargo included in the orange area, that's an enhanced risk. And what that means is we've got numerous severe storms likely within this area, northwest Minnesota down into South Dakota. Surrounding areas also under some risk too, but not as great at the moment. And here's a look at what we could expect to see. We do have a small chance of seeing tornadoes here today, but the greater risk will be the large hail, 2-inch in diameter or larger, the high winds associated with these storms gusting to 75 miles per hour or so, and some localized flooding. We've gotten a lot of rain recently with the rounds of storms that have moved through, and some places don't need any more. I know we were looking for some rain, and we definitely saw a lot of it recently. We're adding more to it. Radar showing some quieting weather, some big breaks now after we watch the rain move to the north and north and east rather. There are a couple of spots where we still have some showers, one that's trying to move into our western viewing area, very light stuff, and then back over to the east. Those storms are moving on, but still seeing some up north and over to the east at this point. So in the wake of this, we've got a lot of moisture in the air. It's going to be a muggy one today. Temperatures are going to be warm too. We're starting off this morning in the 60s to some low 70s. Currently 73 degrees in Fergus Falls at almost 7 o'clock in the morning. 69 or 69 rather in Fargo, and 66 currently in Grand Forks this morning. So the clouds are moving on. You can kind of make out that cloud deck here on our first alert sky cam in Fargo, and then the sun has risen above it. Lots of sunshine here for the morning and into midday, and that will help to heat us up and fuel the fire yet again for storms later on. Here's a look at our temperatures through the day. By lunchtime, back into the 80s, and as we head into the afternoon, we're going to see that chance for some rain and thunder return with temperatures reaching the low 90s in some of our communities. Still breezy, wind out of the south, teens and 20s, hopefully staying there and not getting as strong as we were dealing with yesterday leading up to these storms. So this is 4 o'clock. We start to see that chance for rain and thunder ramp up, but especially into the evening hours tonight. Similar to yesterday, we'll see our chances increase here. So we do have that first alert weather day for today. The rain hanging around into Tuesday. We've got a good chance of dealing with that rain for your Tuesday. And notice our temperature difference. We're really cooling things down for midweek. Wednesday, we'll continue to see rain chances, and then eventually we'll clear that out, get more and more sun by the end of the week. We start warming back up again too as we move into the weekend. And now for a look at those road conditions in the FM area. Here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thanks, Lisa. We're going to go ahead and start with some good news before we go into the bad news. Right now, the good news, the left lanes are open in both directions on I-29, north and southbound lanes. Now, we know that they've been closed the entirety of last week as they worked from 17th to 32nd Avenue as they worked on putting in those barricades. But now, for right now at least, it looks like they're wide open. So good news for your morning commute if you're taking I-29. Now let's talk about the bad news. We have some storm damage to report on. The University Drive underpass at the corner of Main Avenue is completely flooded. They have cones set up on both sides so nobody can drive through that. We showed you what that looked like a little bit earlier here on the Valley today. No way any vehicles getting through that, so that is closed down. There's also numerous stoplights in that area that are not working at all, meaning that the traffic flow down there might be a little bit erratic. So North Fargo is the place to watch out for this morning. Now, there were other variables to watch out for. There were some trash cans in the road, some branches down on the roads. Like I said earlier, the stoplight's not working. But overall, the biggest thing is definitely that University Drive underpass at Main Avenue being completely closed down. That's normally one of our busier roadways, but it's not going to be today. As you can see, the traffic flow here on I-29, it's building up just a little bit, but still not quite at the level we expect it to be. We'll see how it grows in the next hour on the Fargo CW. But for right now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.
There looks to be some widespread power outages in the valley after those overnight storms. XL's outage map shows trouble for about 3,700 customers from South Fargo north of I-94 up into North Fargo. And Cass County Electric has been out much of the night working to restore electricity to people around Valley City and south of there, over to Castleton and then in the Kindred area.
People in south central North Dakota will be out getting a better look at damage today after reports of a tornado last night. Check this out. This video shared with us is a twister near Ashley in McIntosh County. There are no reports of injuries, but the sheriff does tell us that buildings were destroyed on several farms. High winds also caused grain bin and barn damage near Ypsilanti in Stutsman County, and the roof was torn off a bar in Larimore in Grand Forks County. We also heard of a transformer being hit by lightning in Wimbledon, North Dakota.
And over in Daisy, North Dakota, trees were uprooted after winds were reported as high as 70 miles an hour last night. And we do encourage you to continue to send us your photos and videos. You can upload them at valleynewslive.com. Church members of Bethel Lutheran Church in Battle Lake, Minnesota came together on Sunday morning, but their first service since the coronavirus pandemic was held in the parking lot after a fire on Saturday destroyed that building. Fire crews were called to the scene around 6 o'clock Saturday night, and by the time they got there, the church was fully engulfed in flames.
It's the history of the church, established back in 1876, that has both members and former members reflecting on what the church means to them.
I grew up in this church. I was confirmed, I was baptized and confirmed, went to Sunday school till I was in the 12th grade. It started my whole Christian ministry.
Pastor Todd Hilden says they do plan to rebuild and is looking forward to the future of the church, but they aren't sure what the new plans will be or when it will be built. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The state of Minnesota says another 16 people have died with the coronavirus, bringing the state's death toll now to 1,186. There are 388 new positive cases, bringing the active case count to 3,708. Nearly 23,000 people no longer need isolation. 450 Minnesotans are in the hospital. 199 of those are in the ICU.
In North Dakota, there are 45 new reported positive cases. 31 of those cases are from Cass County. More than 2,300 people are listed as recovered in the state, and the active case count is now 483. There are no new deaths reported. That means the death toll remains at 71. The coronavirus pandemic continues to impact businesses in the Fargo area as some are still working toward reopening their doors. For Orange Theory Gym, today is finally that day. Coaches and staff met for training and to review new protocol over the weekend.
Staff say that a gym like this, that's typically interactive with its members and they move around frequently, required a lot of changes to be made before they could reopen. There'll now be things like temperature checks and wellness checks on top of increased precautions. The gym is also not currently accepting non-members into their facility. They expect to be able to start accepting new members and visitors in just a few weeks.
It's just about a minute before the top of the hour. Let's get our answer now to the question of the morning. That question, Americans buy 1.1 million boxes of this every day.
We contribute in the Bedeau House. The answer, mac and cheese.
Ooh, it's a pretty good meal. Good day for it. It's always a good day for it. But we here on the Valley today want to thank you for tuning in to watch our coverage. We want to reassure you that we're working hard to make sure you are staying informed during this COVID-19 pandemic. Several ways to do that, including valleynewslive.com, the VNL News app, or the Valley News Live app, all for free with no registration required.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but remember, the Valley Today rolls on. You can join us right now on the Fargo CW.